Kahapon, I tagged half of these revolutionaries for you. Ito na yung part 2. At the center of the photo, syempre si General Emilio Aguinaldo. He was El Presidente and El Generalissimo. The Pact of Biak na Bato involved the payment of 800,000 Mexican pesos. The money was to be paid to Aguinaldo personally, leaving the disposal of the money to his discretion. As in, that was part of the pact. Feels like confidential funds. They also negotiated an indemnity clause. 900,000 Mexican pesos was to be distributed among the Filipino civilian population as compensation for the ravages of war. Aguinaldo received 600,000 Mexican pesos, the rest was never paid. Special mention itong tatlong ito. Si Agustin de la Rosa, who was one of the organizers of La Liga Filipina, si Celestino Aragon, at si Isabelo Artacho, who is not in this photo. He is the brother of Aguinaldo's cashman, Primitivo Artacho. These three sued Aguinaldo in the Hong Kong courts for their share of the Pact of Biak na Bato money. Before the money deposited in the Hong Kong Shanghai Bank was to be sequestered by the courts, Aguinaldo, together with Del Pilar, left Hong Kong for Singapore, where he met with the Americans and planned for the restart of the revolution. Wala akong mahanap na list ng expenditures ng junta, wala po silang COA. This is Don Primitivo Artacho. He is the brother of one of the guys who sued Aguinaldo and was rumored to be involved in handling the cash for Aguinaldo. In June 1899, when he was back in the Philippines, he was captured by the Americans. They confiscated a bayong with $1,000 in gold, $2,000 in Spanish coins, $1,000 in banknotes, and diamond and pearl jewelry. Tapos, ika nga ni Ambet Ocampo, hinold up siya ng mga Amerikano. Another one of the terms of the Pact of Biak na Bato was the Hong Kong junta needed Spanish hostages. They were to stay with the Filipinos until the first and second payment to Aguinaldo was made by the Spanish government. In the photo, they stood or sat around Aguinaldo. This is Lieutenant Colonel Miguel Primo de Rivera. Many years later, he ruled as a dictatorial Prime Minister of Spain from 1923 to 1930. This mustachioed man is Celestino Espinosa, who was a captain of the cavalry. Ito naman si Antonio Pezzi. He was the Spanish War Commissioner. Aguinaldo also brought a bunch of relatives to Hong Kong. This young man is Captain Wenceslao Viniegra. He was a medical student when he joined the revolution. His father was Gobernadorcillo Eugenio Viniegra, and his mother was Canuta Fami, the first cousin of President Aguinaldo. He married Eugenia Trias, the sister of General Mariano Trias. When they returned home, he was appointed the military governor of Zambales and later of Camarines. Eto si Colonel Silvestre Legazpi. He was from Binakayan, Cavite and was the husband of Pantaleona Aguinaldo, the first cousin of Emilio and the sister of General Baldomero Aguinaldo. This babyface is Pedro Aguinaldo. He is the nephew of Emilio Aguinaldo, the son of Emilio's brother Primo. He was in Hong Kong as an assistant. Speaking of assistants, kailangan din ng admin ng ating magigiting na mandirigma. Ito si Carlos Ronquillo. He was a revolutionary chronicler and General Emilio Aguinaldo's secretary. Si Leon Novenario was the secretary of General Artemio Ricarte. Ito si Komandante Maximo Cabicting. He was an academic and would later be part of the group that would translate the Bible in local languages in 1902. There were people in this photo I could name pero hindi ko alam ang ambag nila. Sina Escolastico Viola and Antonio Carlos. Let me know kung kilala nyo sila. There were a couple of people who were not in the picture but were definitely part of the Hong Kong junta like Felipe Agoncillo, Doroteo Lopez, Teodoro Sandico, General Artemio Ricarte, Andres Carchitorena, Father Severino Buenaventura, and Galicano Apasible. Baka na-delay ang barko nila. Kung nagno-nosebleed na kayo, ako rin. Hindi ko ito pinag-aralan sa school. Sana ma-appreciate natin na napakaraming mga Pilipino ang nagsakripisyo para makawala tayo sa mga mananakop. It took generations of men and women working for our country. Lahat sila magigiting to have the liberties we enjoy today. May mga bad examples tayo, pero may mga good examples. Given our history with unscrupulous leaders, alam niyo na siguro yung klase ng mga taong dapat nating inaangat bilang mga pinuno. O, di ba?
Meow meow.